Hi, this is G from Native Speakers Academy, and welcome to another edition of 10-Minute English. This is where we introduce short educational articles in English from recent news or from around the internet, and these are for upper, intermediate, and advanced level students. That is equal to the levels B2 and C1 in the Common European Framework. If you would like to have a little bit more information about what we do, then you can visit our home site. It is www.nsa-slovakia.com. It is Native Speakers Academy, our Center for Educational Theory and Research. On our homepage, you will find links to articles of educational, social, and philosophical content. Also, you might want to check out our official YouTube page, which has hundreds of videos on different topics related to education and self-learning. At the moment we have 230 subscribers, and some of them even watch the videos. You might also be interested in our Pinterest boards. We have education, news and resources, politics and society. Well, we have lots of boards there. If you don't want to search through the individual boards that we have, you might want to have a look at the pins and search through them. Here we go. These are some interesting infographics that we posted very recently. Here is one on... Wow, would you look at that? It just completely disappeared. If I were to tell you the interesting things that were happening with my computer this morning, you wouldn't believe me. Let's scroll down to see what else we can find here. Here's a little interesting post. Top 5 regrets of the dying. I wish I'd had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. I wish I hadn't worked so hard. I wish I'd had the courage to express my feelings. I wish I had stayed in touch with my friends. I wish that I had let myself be happier. From a Guardian news report. Interesting thoughts, things to bear in mind, to keep in mind. Let's see if this appears now. Here we go. Why our brains love visual content. I wanted to highlight this because it's a very nice infographic about the relationship between visual content and memory. Please feel free to explore it by yourself. So the reason why we're here today is to look at an article. The article you can see on the right side of the page is MPs, that's members of Parliament, can't live on £60,000 a year. Well, I can tell you that I could quite happily live on that. So I wonder what makes these people feel so special that they're worth so much more. As usual, I have highlighted the interesting and key vocabulary in yellow. Feel free to check it out before we go through the article, or you can guess from the context and check your understanding when we get to the end. The article comes from The Daily Mirror, a British tabloid newspaper. If you do want to check some of the language that's in the article, I recommend you use Google. Type in define followed by the word that you are interested in, and you will get a series of definitions, a little bit of etymology, and pronunciation. We can see that if we search for the word parliament, parliament is in the United Kingdom the highest legislature, legis, close to regis, consisting of the sovereign, the House of Lords, and the House of Commons. Note that the sovereign denotes the king or queen, and so it is clear from the simple definition that the royal family is involved in the government of Great Britain. Well, they own it, don't they? Wasn't the first Prime Minister employed by the royal family? The number of people who have told me that the royal family have nothing to do with politics. Well, that's questionable. Parliament arises from Middle English parliament, parlement from parler, the French meaning to speak. If we look at the root of parler, if we look at the online etymology dictionary, we can see parler meaning speech or conference, especially with an enemy, also has the same root as parable. And a parable is a saying or story in which something is expressed in terms of something else. And isn't that the juxtaposition, the smoke and mirrors of government? So, I've probably bored you to death with this really long introduction. I apologize. Let's get into the article and see if we can explore the meat and potatoes of this story. MPs can't live on £60,000 a year. If you are ready, we will begin by Mickey Smith and Sam Relph, who sound like Disney characters. Obviously, because this is from a tabloid, they need two people to write the story. Here we go. The Tory MP Malcolm Rifkind, who was caught apparently offering his influence for cash, says it's quite unrealistic to think MPs can live on £60,000 a year. What do they do with it? The former Foreign Secretary, along with Labour MP Jack Straw, has been caught up in an alleged cash for access scandal, offering to work on behalf of a fictitious Chinese company in return for payments of at least £5,000 per day. It was claimed last night. £5,000 per day. You must have some really bad habits, mate. He described the allegations as unfounded and said he was going to fight them with all his strength. I wonder what that means, all his strength. He told Radio 4 presenter John Humphreys, "If you are trying to attract people of a business or professional background to serve in the House of Commons, to serve who? You should be serving the people, mate. And they're not minister, religious term. It is quite unrealistic to believe they will go through their parliamentary career being able to accept a salary of £60,000. A parliamentary career? I thought it was a service. Are not you employed by the people, for the people? Or perhaps not. That sounds a lot to people earning less than that. It does, because it is. But the vast majority of people from a business or professional background earn far from that, and he means far more than that. And if they are told it's one or the other, they just won't come to the House of Commons at all. Well, perhaps they shouldn't be there if it's about the money. Sir Malcolm, Sir, servant of somebody who oversees Britain's intelligence agencies for Parliament. Oh my God. So you have the man overviewing all of the intelligence agencies, and he's selling the country out for £5,000 a day. Is said to have boasted he had useful access to every British ambassador in the world. And it is claimed the top Tory told undercover reporters that he would submit questions to ministers for a paying client. The sting, the operation, was conducted by the Daily Telegraph and Channel 4's dispatches. Do we have some real journalism happening? Mr. Straw, a member of Tony Blair's cabinet, is alleged to have boasted he had worked to help change EU rules on behalf of a firm which pays him £60,000 a year. It is claimed he used charm and menace, the iron fist in the velvet glove, I imagine, to convince the Ukrainian PM to change laws on behalf of his client. But former Prime Minister Tony Blair has come out in support of Mr. Straw. Of course he has. Saying, I can't think of no one who has more dedicated himself to public service. Why don't they wait for the results of the investigation before telling everybody what they think the truth is? I am really sorry he has been caught up in a sting operation about a job offer after he retires from Parliament. It is typical of Jack that as soon as he was alerted to the sting against him, he immediately contacted the Parliamentary Commissioner for Standards. Did you know there was a Parliamentary Commissioner for Standards? Commissioner, as in commissar. And asked her to investigate the case. I hope that the commissioner will clear his name as soon as possible. Last year, Sir Malcolm registered earnings of £69,610 outside of Parliament. Good job. Mr. Straw earned £112,777. Both men claim they have not breached parliamentary rules. Got nothing to do with morality. It's all about the rules. As long as they, because it's a game, because only games have rules, as long as they disclose their payments in the House of Commons Register of Financial Interests. Source, the Mirror, that wonderful British tabloid. And tabloids are interesting because you can find stories in the tabloids that the broadsheets, the more intellectual papers, won't cover because they're in the tabloids. People think that nobody will take them seriously or pay that much attention to them. Remember that an intelligent mind studies the details of each article and each writer carefully. To say something like, oh, that's a left-wing newspaper, I wouldn't trust anything from that, is just complete ignorance. Right. Thoughts and notes. What happened to the truth? Well, it got lost along the way, didn't it? It's all about rules and hidden agendas. How much is enough? When will the money that you get be enough money? When will the power you have be enough power? Never enough. Power and money are the greatest addictions that the world has to offer, and the most serious as well. What kind of world are these people living in? They have forgotten that they are there to serve the public, not themselves. How do they get up in the morning? It's a great question. A politician is not a moralist. He is just a polite tactician. And the paradox of intelligence. The paradox of intelligence is that those with higher levels of intelligence know that they don't know. The more you study a subject, the deeper you get into it, the more doors you open, the bigger you realize the subject is, the more you understand that you don't know. So true intelligence is understanding just how ignorant we are. Yet, the paradox is the other side, which is that to believe that you actually know something, that you actually understand something, is in fact quite ignorant. Of course, you do get experts, but beware of experts. You do get people who have more experience. You do get people who you want to go to for advice. But thinking that you know is not understanding knowledge. And these people who think that they know are the people who think they know what's best for everybody. And these are the people who are attracted to positions of power and positions of politics because they think they can decide what is the right thing for everyone to do. An intelligent person would know that they don't know what is best for everyone. And that's why we will always have dumbed down people attracted into positions of politics. You do find the odd gem, though, from time to time. So, I hope you enjoyed the overview of this article. If you would like more information about what we do, please visit our home site www.nsa-slovakia.com. You could try to link up to us on Facebook or through YouTube or on Pinterest or on Google+. It's really up to you what you do. Links to the original article, which has been edited slightly, will be posted together with this video online. And please give us some feedback about whether you find this useful or not. You can even send us some articles you would like us to present. If you would like more details about our special one-to-one HD Skype English language study programs, just send us an email. Until the next time, which I hope will be very soon, take care and have a good day, and it's bye for now.